Hello everybody, it's a lovely day. I'm walking a few miles down the road to post a package I've sold on Vinted. Cassettes. You won't believe it. I posted cassettes last night, old cassettes. For those of you who don't know what a cassette is, that was before the days of CDs, and they've all sold. Every single one of them sold. So that's good news for me. Because I don't have a cassette player anymore. Now a lot of you have been talking about Restore Britain, how you haven't got a Restore Britain candidate in the local elections. So I've heard Jupiter, for instance, say that she's going to have to hold her nose and vote for Reform UK. Now Restore Britain is a brand new party, brand new. It's not as established as Reform UK yet, but a lot of people seem to be supporting Restore Britain. On YouTube, on my videos, more people support Restore Britain than they do Reform UK, because they've got hard, their policies on immigration are much harder, much tougher policies on immigration, and that is exactly what this country needs. Me personally, I'd prefer zero immigration completely, because we've been overrun with immigration since the 1960s, 1950s. Now, and it's accelerated, keeps accelerating. Record numbers coming into the country under Rishi Sunak. That record will be broken again by Keir Starmer, mark my words. We are literally being eradicated. The indigenous people are literally being eradicated from being the majority in this country. And it's not on. The only party, registered party, from what I can see, that will sort that out is Restore Britain. Now, a lot of you have said you haven't got them in the local elections, you haven't got a Restore Britain candidate. We'll go back to that issue. Now, I've stood in election 3 times. It's down to the person to put themselves forward to stand in local elections. In 2019, before Brexit Party existed, when Labour Party were going against UKIP, there was 21 wards, I think it is, in Barnsley, up for election that year. I represented UKIP, I came second. It was very dubious, that result too. Narrowly came second, yet when they emptied the boxes on the table in a Labour area, where the people counting it are Labour supporters, it was quite clear that I'd won. So that just tells you, elections can be rigged. I know they can be rigged. That election was definitely rigged. I won that election. Now, you have to put yourself forward. We only had 3 candidates in 2019. Jeremy Corbyn going against Brexit, Labour Heartland. Barnsley was one of the highest, I think it was the 6th highest, Barnsley East, the constituency, was the 6th highest Brexit voting town in the country. I think it was 75% of the people voted for Brexit. Corbyn was going against Brexit. So they knew that UKIP was a threat. They knew they could prepare to rig it, and that's what they did. Bear that in mind, out of 21 possible candidates, there was only myself and 2 other UKIP candidates. So 3 out of 21. And that's because only 3 of us put ourselves forward to stand in local elections. So instead of whinging about it, saying you haven't got a Restore Britain candidate for local elections, it's too late now, because you can't register. But next year, put yourself forward to be a candidate, to be the local election candidate. Put yourself forward to be the candidate in the election and represent Restore Britain. Jupiter, personal message for you. Yeah, you weren't happy you don't have a Restore Britain candidate. Why don't you put yourself forward to be the Restore Britain candidate in next year's local election? You need to be active. If nobody else is going to do it, you need to do it yourselves. Like, share and subscribe, please. I'm getting a lot of views on my videos, on my short videos especially, but I've only got 23 subscribers. I've lost access to my original channel. My original channel was called Freedom for Britain. It had 1.2 thousand subscribers. This is Freedom for Britain 2. I've only got 23 subscribers. but I'm getting several hundred views on videos. So do me a favour, if you're watching this and you like what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel please, and you'll get notified then every time I do a video. Over and out.